everybody. It is time for On the Perf podcast. We're back once again. It is Wednesday, my dudes. Let's talk shooting for a little bit. And the reviews were astounding from the IDPA podcast. So welcome in to IDPA Part 2. We're getting ready for another match tomorrow, and I'm just going to maybe go through getting my stuff together because a lot of you are going to jump into the sport. And
how to start your cover garment?
Yeah, we're going to talk cover garments, we're going to talk, stage and mags, we're going to talk all of it because you couldn't get enough last time.
We're not doing that, folks. We're not doing that.
Is something else going on? Is there another?
Everybody calm down.
Is there?
There's another match. Yeah, there's another match.
There's another match? There's another match going on?
There's another match. It's a championship, in fact. Yeah. So,
one of two.
So there's
one
that.
Of two multi-gun championships in the U.S. of A. Dare I say the world? Because I don't think international multi-gun is really a thing yet.
Nope, not a thing because laws be what they are.
No, we're bullshitting you, folks. We're here for part 1 of the Multigun Nationals podcast. Riser is on location in a camper with a questionable individual, probably sleeping on a dog bed.
I was asked. So I booked my hotel for this match, and it was like just shy of $1,000 for the 5 days I was going to stay here. And I was like, that is ridiculous. And I was like, man, who do I know who's camping on the range? I'm like, oh, John's camping on the range. So I texted John Morgan, and this is how the text went. I said, hey, dude, are you camping on the range again? And he just texted back, want to cuddle? I was like, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
He
and
understood the assignment.
Like, hey, yes, exactly. And they're like, hey, if Shooter was still here, would you have not stayed with John because there was going to be a 140-pound Great Dane in the camper? And I'm like, I don't think you understand how much I love dogs. Like, I would have preferred, or Shooter in particular, but I'm like, I would have preferred a 140-pound Great Dane. And yes, I would have snuggled with that dog. Absolutely. 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Well, before we get to it, folks, you know the deal. We are brought to you by Atlas Gunworks. On the Perf in one word gets you 10% off a single cart at perfectzero.co. But you know what you can't get over there or anywhere else? You can't get a chaos. And Adam Nielsen has been doing some little Instagram shorts explaining some kind of ins and outs of Atlas Gunworks. And he clarified, no, we're not going to make any more chaoses. You know why? Because 9mm major is a bad idea, and people shouldn't do it.
Correct.
But you can get anything else. So head on over to perfectzero.co. On the Perf, one word, gets 10% off. And that brings us into Briley. Briley Manufacturing, once again, hosting the, let's just call it the automated argument section of the match. Donnie Flo saw me first thing this morning, gave me the bird from across the parking lot. I was so stoked.
Shots fired, and it wasn't even intended.
Wasn't even intended. We had had dinner with Shafter Williams last night. He feels like he's going to break his seeding assignment, which means if Donnie Flo and Shafter Williams both break their seeding assignments, I'm definitely getting rolled up at this match. Rich Franco, on the other hand, who is seated at 10th, and I gave him the over, he's coming off a shoulder surgery. We didn't know this. We don't have an injury report yet. Yeah. So we don't have an injury report here. We're still kind of we're a
very loose program. Very loose program.
We're not into the big time yet. So pretty good chance that Rich isn't going to beat the spread, but I'm going to say he gets the pass for that one. And as for Spicy Spence, Ryan Reed and Dylan Easley, I don't know. We'll just have to see.
Could go either way.
That's where we're at.
Spence must have all his scores in, so he must be sitting high somewhere.
I don't know. I haven't looked at scores. I haven't looked at scores for a very long time.
I'm very proud of you. You haven't looked at scores yet. That's good.
Yep.
The other thing on the Briley update, if you guys want to play along with us, I do have intentions of maybe trying a pilot crowd participation of the game later this fall. TBD.
Ooh.
TBD. We're just going to tease that, though. I still have to figure out how to do it, but I got like this idea in my head, which is a dangerous place for ideas to be. They're much safer once they get out into the world because they either die or become something cool. But yeah, on the OTP 15 gets you 15% off at Briley.com. And this week we're talking ANS trigger guards.
Calm down. Briley's OTP 10. Get your discount
10.
code straight. OTP 10 for Briley. And it should be noted also that Robbie is, of course, here with the trailer.
Yeah.
And I snuck in yesterday to say hey, and he was wrenching on guns like a Formula One pit crew. So if you're having shotgun problems, which as far as I can tell, nobody is, definitely zero shotgun problems on the Open Super Squad whatsoever. None at all. So
if I was a lot more musical,
yeah.
we'd turn the Jay-Z song into a Briley ditty, but I'm not that good at improv. I can't even get the promo codes straight. So
yeah.
But
Maxwell can't count to 15.
Also true. Mr. Houston in 6th grade said I wouldn't always have a calculator in my pocket, and he's wrong now and probably dead. So, suck it. But anyway, this week you're on location at the birthplace of the ANS trigger guard. That actually was something that came out of the late...
is that where this was born?
Yeah, that came out of the late Nordic tactical shotgun days. Overnight you just weren't cool if you didn't have one of those things. And essentially they replaced the OEM Benelli trigger guard assembly with something that's made out of aluminum and has a milled chute into it so that the front edge of the trigger guard has a little bit more of a concave channel
it's
for
full
you to direct.
bobsled for your shells.
Yeah, yep. Jamaica has a bobsled team, and they just go straight in there. So that's where that came from. I think he was actually an engineer at JP at the time, and then there was kind of his side project. I believe Briley has bought them out, and that is their thing now. But yeah, that was one of the. Right, it is kind of one of the go-to modifications for a race. Benelli, I don't think it works on the Beretta because the Beretta has the shell release right where that chute would be. So, race Benelli's, it's been very popular for a very long time. It's a very, very proven part, and definitely worth looking into if you're tricking out an M2.
It also actually improves your trigger because the trigger in a standard Benelli basically rotates against that plastic. And so now you have a metal-on-metal rotation, which A, can be lubed, which is sweet, and B, is more consistent because it doesn't wear in and create grooves and stuff like that. So, it makes your trigger better and makes your loading easier.
Yeah, it's straight and doesn't flex as much.
Yeah, also a good thing in a gun of any sort, really. Well, that, of course, brings us into the Gary of the day. Brought to you by American Defense Manufacturing. OTP 15, Maxwell, gets you 15% off anything over at ADM, including the PRC 700 V2 chassis. If you like really interesting foldy bolt action stuff, this thing is really cool.
I love all those things.
I love all of those things. When you put them together in one big sentence like that, I get a little bit excited. So really cool, like tactical style chassis, and it uses all of their like quick release levers. So you can like disassemble the entire thing. You can take the cheek rest off to clean your gun, do all that stuff. ADM is pretty good at snappy bits or clippy bits, let's say. And this thing is just a chassis made out of clippy bits, and it looks awesome. Have you shot one? You haven't shot one because you don't shoot bolt gun stuff. Have you fondled one?
I don't think I have. As much time as ADM and I spend together, I have not. I don't think I've actually shot any of their bolt gun stuff. We're usually doing stoner related things when we're doing it more so than 700 related things. So
I understand.
But however, we are boothed next to each other fairly often, and I have played with it a lot. I have dry fired the shit out of that thing. So I could tell you anything you can learn in dry fire or really just having bored hands, I could tell you about that chassis for sure.
Solid. Awesome. Well,
it's real.
If you want to know, hit up Maxwell. I'll drop his phone number in the show notes so you guys can just text him.
I feel
Ask
like
whatever you want.
Yeah, I just kind of feel like my son. I just kind of like bap things with my hands, put them in my mouth. I could, that's how I figure it out. I don't know anything about shooting it though.
Awesome. Fair enough. Well, Mr. Maxwell, do you have yourself a Gary Forrest?
I do have a Gary Forrest, and in scanning for the Garys, just going to put it out to the folks that we're about due for an LQ episode. So there are some good LQs in there. If you want to start like floating LQs our way, we will start compiling LQs for an LQ episode. We know how much you guys love LQ episodes. But Gary of the Day is from an email conversation about match directing, and someone piped in with their opinion. It went something like this. We were talking about setting up PCSL matches, and this person was like, I think PCSL matches should remain as minimal as possible. He started off with, I'm new to competitive shooting sports, and so I think I have a unique perspective here. And I really think that PCSL should just remain as minimalist as possible so that it doesn't turn into another USPSA, blah, 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 this, that, the other thing. Basically, nothing, don't do anything, total isolationists. And then in the next sentence, he said, but it totally needs a classification system. And if there was a meeting that he could come to help develop PCSL, that he was down for that. So there should be absolutely no macro structure to this, so that we avoid drama. However, we should have a centralized system that's going to keep track of classifications, and he would love to come to the meeting of the people from the structured place to discuss that. And I was like, did you like listen to yourself when you said that? Because like, dude, and so like, first of all, there's no way that there's not going to be drama. All right, get 3 humans in one place, and there's going to be drama. He was like, and I've heard this before. People are really worried about PCSL turning into USPSA. So like, that's not going to happen for a few reasons. One, USPSA has the lock and the exclusivity on being an IPSC chapter for the United States, and international IPSC has less than 0 interest in opening another chapter in the U.S. They literally don't care about us at all.
Nope.
So that's not going to happen. PCSL is not going to turn into USPSA because it's not a nonprofit run by elected people. It's Max's thing, and it's going to be or not be whatever he wants it to be. And if it doesn't succeed, it's just going to go the way of 3 Gun Nation and USSL and just go out of business. It was kind of interesting. Like, it's going to turn into USPSA. I was like, well, I mean, you're going to have similar drama of people playing a very similar sport for score that always was. But it was like, I think it was just kind of this. I think we should be as little structure as possible, but I would really like some structure, and I would really like to be invited to the meeting where we talk about the structure. It's like,
I love everything about this.
Yeah, so you can't have it both ways, people. You can't be isolationists and a confederation. You just can't do it. But I think the vibe is completely different, and it's not going to turn into a USPSA like thing because it's fundamentally set up differently. A lot of what causes what goes on in USPSA is because it's a nonprofit and it's run, well, it's quote unquote a nonprofit and it's run by elected people on a cycle. So Gary of the day is wanting no structure, but no structure, no meetings or collaboration, but would like to be invited to collaborate if there was collaboration. You do that, you're the Gary of the day.
I love it.
If that person or someone close to this person figures out who that is, he emails me, we'll get him the mount. But that was not that was not a Gary of the day email.
That's solid.
But what we're really here to talk about today, Riser and I are both multi-gunners at heart. There aren't as many multi-gun matches to talk about as we would like. So when we go to them, we usually have a lot to say, and it's a bit of an emotional roller coaster for us. Usually on the front end, we're very net excited, and then on the back end of it, we're net something else. Could go either way depending how the next 2 days work out for Riser. So we wanted to get a front end.
I have a pretty good idea of which way it's going. I haven't looked at scores, but we're not off to a great start.
Let me guess. You're shooting like shit, right? Yeah, okay. He's going to podium, folks. Watch him. This is how he does it.
I started the match by forgetting to shoot at 2 targets on the first stage.
It's a bold strategy. Yep. But, you know, we just get that right out of the way. We just get that right out of the way in the beginning. Yeah. So we're here to talk about the front end of Multigun Nationals. He has shot exactly 1 day, and he's probably trying to get to a JP dinner of some kind. But we're trying to get him on the front end, talk about the front end of the match, what he's excited about before he's pissed off about it. For those of you who have been under a rock, I am not there, and I won't be there because I've been suspended from USPSA, so I'm not there. I live 5 hours away from there, so I'm not going up there just to mope around like a dope. But everybody up there knows what to do. I'm sure they're putting on a banger match. And for those of you who were of age to work with computers in the early Windows era, you'll probably remember a game called Minesweeper. And that's the game that Riser's going to play today because he doesn't know it, but around him are all kinds of landmines and hand grenades that he could set off, but he doesn't know exactly what might light me off. So we're just gonna wade through this gently. I don't know much. Some people are talking to me. I see some things, but I'm also trying to manage my mental health. Let's just say that. So I am not constantly monitoring what is going on out there. I do see some things though, and we spent a lot of time on the development side getting this match ready to go. So I am kind of curious how some of that turned out. But yeah. So Riser, you got on the big jet plane, and you flew to
I got
Minnesota.
on the big jet plane. Indeed,
to travel
to Minnesota
for you.
No issues except when I stepped off the plane. Apparently, the whole northern half of the state / Canada is on fire. It's when I left Utah, it was the day after the hottest day ever recorded in the history of Utah. So that's not a good sign. Do you
have an alibi for where you were in Canada before you came home? Because I feel like the timing on this was remotely.
Much farther west. I was much farther west.
Likely story.
2,000 miles west.
Yes.
Yep.
For those not familiar with Minnesota, the northern border of Minnesota with Canada, there is I don't know if it's a wildlife refuge or exactly what it is, but it's basically one of those nature areas you can't touch. It's called the Boundary Waters Canoe Area. No mechanized, motorized, anything in there. It's a very popular canoeing tourist spot for Voyager type canoe trips. And every 5 to 10 years or so, because it's a forest that's not actively managed with logging, it catches on fire. And so when it catches on fire, the smoke has to go somewhere. And in all the years I was growing up, I never remember smoke hanging like this. But I am a state away. I am in the southern end of Wisconsin, and here, the smoke from the fire, it smells like a campfire outside my house in the morning. Like the smoke has been hanging really heavy here, and so I'm wondering, like, what is it like up there? What is?
So yesterday was quite bad. The staff got pretty boned, as the staff generally does.
As they do.
Yeah, as they do. So the staff got pretty boned because there was no wind, so all the humidity was just hanging. It's also about like 98 degrees with like 95% humidity.
Yeah.
So you need to. I keep stepping out of John's trailer here and forgetting to take my glasses off on the way, and I'll open the door and just immediately be fogged up and just can't like see anything. So the yesterday and the day before were very smoky, very still ear, super hot, super clammy. And today actually wasn't terrible for the first half of the day. There was like a light breeze going through, kind of keeping you like a little bit cool. But the way that our schedule's working out, we're shooting all of the shady areas in the morning and then moving into the non-shady areas in the afternoon. But by God, you don't want to be on the afternoon squad here because they just start off at like full blast FU weather. Like at least we got a little bit of a transition into it from maybe like the first stage. But it's hot. It is very hot. It is very humid. And, but there's a bit of a breeze, which is probably keeping people from dying. So that's nice.
We've firmly established that it's Tina Garcia and James Gill that brought the heat with them from Texas. So it's entirely their fault, and we're going to uninvite them from things in the future because they bring
that checks out.
They bring the sweaty balls weather with them. So
I can get behind that.
Yeah, it checks out.
Yep. Yeah.
Are they on the afternoon squad too? Or are they on the
I think they are on the afternoon squad.
Yeah,
because so Tino had some friends that were coming out and they weren't able to make the match and they got stuck on the other squad. So it should be noted when I say the morning squad and the afternoon squad, this is the first match, as far as I can tell, in the continental United States that's ever had morning and afternoon squads, except you either shoot all mornings or all afternoons. And it is awesome.
Well, shit, I wonder who did that.
Yeah, I wonder who did that. So that was came from Brian, passed through me, passed to Adam, and passed into this match. And it's rad. And I hope all matches do this because you shoot your morning, then you're done, and then 12-ish hours later, you show back up. And then you shoot your afternoon, and then you're done, and 12-ish hours later, you show back up. So you go home, you have dinner with your boys, you take a shower, you watch Netflix, you go to bed, you wake up, you pack your stuff, you head to the range, no big deal. The problem with the morning, morning, or afternoon, morning, afternoon, the way that they do it at all other matches, you either finish shooting and then you don't have shit to do for 24 hours, or you finish shooting, it's dark, you're tired, your guns are dirty, you're dirty, and you're hungry, and you have to address all of those things and be back on the range at like 6 o'clock the next morning. So it kind of sucks no matter which one you're on. One sucks slightly more than the other. But this idea of just like you either shoot mornings or you shoot afternoons, I really, really, really hope spreads throughout all competition shooting because it is awesome. It's so nice. It's just a more civilized way to do it.
Yeah, once you
do this for everything.
Once you dropped that idea on me on the show, I was like, oh yeah, we definitely need to do that. And it makes sense. I feel like the morning squads are always going to fill up because that's probably the better time to shoot. But I also feel like there is a solid group of people who just don't want to wake up early in the morning no matter what. Riser probably being one of them. Given the opportunity for most things, Riser would get up later than earlier.
You are correct, 100%.
But at the same time, if it's lopsided towards the morning, that also alleviates a lot of the we finished under headlights potential, because if it's a later, it can flush through in the morning, or flush through in the afternoon, and they have options. So once it was kind of one of those things like, man, why didn't I think of that? I hope it catches on in other matches, in other disciplines, across disciplines. I think it's going to take a minute, though, because at least in multi-gun, because it took a minute for them to wake up to the idea of, like, maybe AM, PM is the best way to do it. Like, half-day format is the best way to do it.
Instead of just the on-off schedule.
Instead of, like, let's just all hang out and bake at the range all day.
Dude.
So I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic that this will catch on, but I think it hopefully catches on sooner than I think it will.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. No, that was something new. I elected to put into the match this year, and so you got there. It's hot. The smoke's there. Is the smoke actually? Is it like occluding vision at all? Does it like hang in the morning, or is it just kind of like hard to breathe kind of stuff?
Yeah, it was super smoky. I don't know if it was enough that I bet the long range stage was a bit hazy. I didn't see the long range stage in the smoke, but I would bet it was a bit hazy. Today actually is smoke wise quite nice. I think the winds have changed. There's no smoke. You can't see it. You can't smell it. So today is actually like fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, the staff got boned. Yeah, those poor guys.
Well, I saw a thing from the AMU's page today, and I guess like the Camp Perry matches are going on right now, and they actually like canceled / postponed a segment of it because they couldn't see the targets.
Oh,
they determined that it was
that's sporty.
They determined the visibility was not good enough to shoot, so they did like a baseball style rain delay, from what I understood.
Man.
So yeah,
that's rough.
That's a new one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen. I've seen a lot of stuff. I've never seen a smoke delay, and it's just amazing to me because we don't have wildfires here like they do out west. It's amazing to me that smoke from a state away like carries this far. I was just like, we must be on a jet stream. It must come down the river. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah,
but it's amazing.
I mean,
to me how much
we'll
of it's
get
down
smoke
here.
in Utah out of Canada.
Yeah,
like that stuff carries.
Yeah,
like, it's rowdy.
Yeah, I never really experienced it growing up. I mean, my cousin was a fire jumper for the Boundary Waters 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But like I did an internship out in Idaho in 2008, and that was the first time like I'd ever seen it because it was just haze all summer, and they're like, oh yeah, Oregon and Washington are on fire. It's no big deal. I'm like, oh really? Wow. Oh yeah. That was like my first exposure to it.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of getting to be a regular thing. I think. If you just want to put your tinfoil hat on for a second, I think it's trade war with Canada. I think when Canada gets pissed at us, they just light their forests
it's like
on
their
fire.
southern border on fire.
Yeah, they're like it's kind of like eco weaponry. I think that's I can't prove it. I don't know anything, but like prove that I'm wrong. So you're there. You get there, you walk the stages, walk through day. Riser usually gets there a full day ahead of time, right? So you got in on Wednesday?
Yeah, I got in Wednesday night, so woke up in the morning and had the whole day to walk stages, much like I did in Parma, except here I walked 12 stages instead of 9, and I was off the range by 3, and that's only because I got dragged into a couple of hour-long conversations. So I could have comfortably left the range at 1. Some with listeners, some with friends.
Okay.
So, combination of everything. And, but yeah, and guess what? The stage description for every damn stage in the match. Shoot the appropriate targets with the appropriate guns from within the shooting area when they become visible. As it should be. Because if they wanted you to do something, they built around it, and they just made you do that.
Also, shout out to Tanfo Timmy for they of course build all this in practicism because they're about that, and doing the Insta banger reels of like the walkthrough ahead of time, like teasing it through. I'm like, oh man, that's such a good. I'm getting so like, it hurt me a little bit inside to like see it and then be like, man, I don't get to shoot this match. But that was really like all match directors should do that. I thought that was a really nice touch that he did on the some of the pre-walkthrough teasers. I don't know. He was doing that 2 or 3 weeks out. I think he was starting to do that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's pretty good. So I mean, definitely very similar flavor to last year, which I say is a compliment. And there's 6 long range targets in the whole match because it is what it is. There's just the one bay.
There's one place.
So it is base stage shooting with 2 jungle runs and 1 beta bay stage in like smaller bays. And again, like just really, really, really interesting bays. So I'm on the squad with John and Varric and a bunch of other really high level dudes. And John and Varric have shot different stage plans on several stages.
Oh,
so,
really?
Like, interestingly enough, interesting enough stages with enough options that the 2 guys who are battling it out for first place in open are, coin flip whether or not they shoot the same stage plan. That's a pretty good sign. And I don't mean like, oh, did you shoot the slug before the clays or the clay before the slug? I mean, like, the buzzer went off and John went left and Varric went right. And they might have had different guns in their hands when they did it. So, like, pretty cool. Pretty darn cool. Like, really, really interesting stages, yeah.
And you guys, well, first, let's just take note of the fact that you got your wish, and stage 1 is not a fixed time stage. So can we just acknowledge that you got what you wanted for Christmas?
Yep. I got what I wanted. For Christmas.
I don't know.
There's no part-time and 3-gun.
I don't know. What, everything has a part-time and 3-gun. What are you talking about?
Well, it has a part-time, but not a part-time that like most people are going to reach.
Yeah.
I want to do all of the shooting.
So I'm guessing
honestly, stage 1, you'll take pleasure in this. I think stage 1 is the most phoned in stage.
I do actually take a fair amount of pleasure in that.
I knew you would.
Because that was mine to come up with, and B, I was trying to do something different because that's a pretty small box to work in. Like there's only so much.
There's only so much that you can do there, yeah.
And there's even less you can do that hasn't been done before.
Yeah. So I thought stage 1 last year was a way better stage than stage 1 this year. It's we haven't shot stage 1 yet. At time recording, we've shot 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. So we haven't shot stage 1. We're shooting that tomorrow, but it's like, some pistol back, some pistol forward, dump your pistol, unsling your rifle, go prone, shoot 6 targets between 170 and 370. And it's like, it is what it is. But it's for being the long range stage, I think it's going to be my least favorite stage in the match.
Yeah, and I say that completely tongue in cheek, but it's also true. So you started in zone 2 then, and I think
so you started in zone 2.
Probably some of the most interesting stages, design and like terrain wise, because zone 2 is an area. There are bays over there. They are not standardized shape, and what most of the terrain type things we can do are over there. So there's probably the most X factor in what that range could do with the zone 2. So you want to like break down what they actually built down over there somewhat.
Yeah. So zone 2, there's one bay that's like a large sandy bay, and that was actually a little bit of a portion of one of the jungle runs. So we basically shot some pistol and some rifle. Pretty interesting stage, some pretty hard shots. I think like a couple of they look to be kind of like 50, 60-ish yard, like 8 or 10 inch pistol gongs, something like that, and a good handful of other stuff. A few pretty good options. Again, top level guys shooting, mildly different stage plans. And then you kind of like turned stage left, and where you normally run down into like the skinny section of the bay in the back there, you just turned left and ran up into the trees. And then there was like little shotgunny jungle run thing up into there, into a pallet house at the end, and with some activators and some swinging clays and things along those lines.
Did they actually dig the trench up there? There was talk
I don't
of
know.
them digging a trench into the pallet house.
I don't know what was there before.
I suppose that's fair. You don't know what it
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't look super trenchy. I wouldn't call it a trench. I would call it a trail that a lot of people have walked up. So hard to say.
Oh yeah, that's natural. That's been there.
Yep. And then the next stage over, which is where the Vortex logo stage was last year. Again, really interesting, very large, like sort of similar vibes. A lot of plans, a lot of ways to do it. Very fun. One of the bigger stages in the match, I think, like time wise. And then where the jungle run was last year, next to that, there's not a jungle run. We just went back into the back bay, and there was like a significantly simpler, like very aggressive shotgun with some slugs and a bit of rifle on a super spicy swinger, which I shot 2 mic on. So I'm pretty disappointed about that.
Body.
And I know. So I started off my first stage. I forgot to shoot at 2 shotgun knockovers.
And that was
my second stage.
The sand bay. You started sand bay.
That was the bay. That was the bay next to the sand bay.
Okay.
So we actually shot, instead of 4.56, we shot 5.64.
Okay. So you started
where
on
the Vortex
probably the
stage
most complicated stage of the match, or at least top 3.
Yes. Yeah, and we went alphabetical first name, so I was first shooter.
Nice.
Like first shooter of the match, basically, and just like I shot kind of okay-ish. Like, for an Adam Reiser run, I felt pretty good about it. And then I was walking back through and I was like, I don't think anyone's come in here and set up that steel yet. That doesn't look good. Also, I don't remember shooting at that, so fuck. And it was one of those things where you kind of shot all the shotgun from one spot. You literally pulled the shotgun out. You shot like a bunch of shotgun and put the shotgun back away. And there's a few different ways to do it. You didn't necessarily have to do it that way, but the way that I thought was the best, that's how I did it. And instead of my stage plan being like, I'm going to pull a shotgun out and I'm going to shoot that plate and that plate and that plate, and then I'm going to shoot that clay and that clay, and then that plate above the clay, and then the clay down low, and then the high one, then the low one, then the one that's going to shoot. I didn't program all of that. My stage plan was pull the shotgun out, shoot all the shotgun stuff, and put the shotgun away. That's not how you program a stage, boys and girls. So, yeah, that was dumb. Anyway, so 2 mic, 2 FTSA on the very first stage. That got me right in the feels.
That's hard to come back to.
Yep, and then 2 mic on the next stage. And then on the third stage, which was in the sand pit, I shot 1 mic on a tuxedo. And then on the fourth stage, which was stage 10. Did anything happen there? Oh, I shot a knockover shotgun no shoot on 10 and 9. So I am yet to have a penalty free stage. It's not going good.
So 9 is the hidden bay 270 action?
No, that's 12. So it count. Yeah. So 8 is a bay to bay, kind of over like where the Briley trailer was last year.
Yep.
9 is, I think, actually in the bay where the Briley trailer was last year. And then 10 is the first bay. When you're driving into gate 3, when you turn right, it's the first bay.
Okay. Are you shooting the rifle match too, or no?
I'm not. No,
you're not. But did you look at it, or are you just like completely ignoring it?
I'm completely ignoring it. I'm gonna look at it when I'm done and go over and kind of like see what's up. But
okay, we'll talk about that next week.
No. Yep. Fair enough. There is good old Jeff on the squad. He is shooting the rifle match in irons. And he's like, well, I don't want to flat air with both guns. So he's shooting open division with iron sights on his rifle.
Jeff Chafin.
No. Actually, I don't know Jeff's last name. It's like Geoff Jeff. Geoff.
Oh.
I don't know Jeff's last name.
Oh. Well, Jeff goes hard
but,
if he's shooting open with irons.
Dude, Jeff does goes hard. And I'll tell you what.
Hey, bro, you should get an ADM
he's kind of doing
do both.
He's kind of doing pretty good. Like for shooting irons, he's laying down some stages. It's pretty impressive. He's got a golf clap on a couple of them for sure.
Dude, if you're good with those things, I mean, really the only one you got to sweat is number 1.
Yep.
Caveat if you're good with those things, but
Yeah.
So he's got the full-blown, like, long sight radius, peep sight.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a
Straight Firepower United.
Brian's been making the jokes because he knows the price of all these kind of things, but he's like, oh, yeah, you should shoot iron sights like we did back in the day when we shot him on a $3,000 rifle and a $600 pair of iron sights. So, yeah, they are a quite exotic-looking set of iron sights, but he's doing work with them for sure.
How is B. Nelson doing? Is he in the hunt? Has he thrown any mags in the garbage yet? That's not a no.
No.
That's not a no.
He hasn't thrown a mag in the garbage, but he did show up to the match with hose clamps holding his comp on his shotgun.
God bless it.
Which is not a good sign. Trying some new prototypey stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And as of the 4th stage of the match is no longer shooting because it turns out that his shotgun shooting an extra full choke will not knock over any steel past 15 paces.
Wait.
So.
What?
So he's got a bunch of prototype shenaniganery hanging off of his shotgun.
Okay.
And it all failed to do the things that it was supposed to do.
Okay.
And his shotgun will not knock over steel past 15 yards. And there's a lot of steel past 15 yards. So he says a pattern with an extra full choke at 10 yards is like an 18-inch pattern out of his gun. What? So he basically was like, well, if I can't shoot half the targets, I'm just going to stop shooting and concentrate on the rifle qualifiers. So, yeah, so he just hung out for the last 2 stages and taped targets and called it a day. So B Nelson is out. So it's a good thing we didn't see him.
Oh. Well, we're going to need the rifle update from B Nelson, I guess.
Yeah, apparently. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So no more B Nelson. I'm not sure if he's hanging out with us tomorrow morning or not. We'll see.
Man, that goes hard. That goes hard. I know.
Yeah.
Did you talk to J-Lease at all? I think J-Lease was coming in to shoot.
She's out here. I saw her, but haven't talked to her yet.
Okay. I think is she shooting the main match also?
I mean, I would assume so, but maybe not. Maybe she just came out for the.
I guess I had it in my head she was in and out just to shoot the rifle match, but I might be.
That's super possible.
I might be misremembering that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you shot 9-10. You're not shooting the rifle.
If she was, I'm going to feel really bad because I didn't go up and say hey.
Yeah.
Because she looked real busy.
What a dick.
What a dick.
Let's see. What else is going on that we can ask you about? What was that? So what was 6 again? So 6 is that jungle run on the side. You started deep in the bay and then you worked out? How did that go?
No, there was no jungle run. It was just the bay.
Oh, it's just all the way back in that dogleg bay?
Yep, exactly. So it's all the way back in the back, which I'm not going to lie, was kind of our favorite stage just because the entire thing was in the shade.
Yeah, right?
So it was like, it's in the shade. It's a nice breeze. This is actually like kind of a sweet hang. So
that's a solid.
Like, can we just shoot this like 9 more times and call it a day? Yeah. So that one is like very technical, not overly technical on the shotgun, but like some pretty technical rifle shooting. There's a lot of reduced size IPSC targets in here. So at the match, as you know, it's USPSA targets are pistol and IPSC targets are rifle. And those little tiny, I don't know if I think they're third size. They might even be quarter size. They're quite small. There's a bunch of those in this match. And they are wrecking people because a few things. One, they're still scored. They're still hit factor. So you still have to shoot 2 A's. But now the A zone is like the size of your phone. And they're simulating longer shots essentially, but they're not farther. So people tend to shoot them like they're close paper. So people roll by and go, "Prop," and shoot
no.
2 Delta. And then also people are shooting a lot of low Charlies because they're close enough that they're like, well, this is a sight picture for like a 40-yard piece of paper, except this piece of paper is actually like 6 yards away. So they're forgetting about sight offset. And when I say they, I'm including myself in this. So you kind of have to hold just like the top edge of the paper on those really close ones pretty much, or maybe like a little bit down into it. But yeah, so a lot of points lost on those targets for sure. And then they're being used in interesting ways for the most part, where they're kind of like intermingled with full size IPSC paper.
Mm-hmm.
So there'll be some small ones and some big ones, and some. If you know what you're looking at, you're like, ooh, we need kind of like an aggression change, throughout the course of this array. But a lot of people are falling into the trap, and they're kind of like, whichever target they start on, that's the splits that they shoot through the whole array, and and that doesn't go well ever. So
yeah, I think we can. First of all, I would put stage design of the Minnesota 3-gun group up against anyone in the country right now. There's 3-4 of them that are very good, which is probably the source of.
Yep.
It's probably the second highest source of FOMO that I have right now. But I think those mini IPSC targets, that took 3 years of pestering CHL for them to make for us. For some reason, you can get you can get the torso-shaped USPSA targets, minis, no problem. But to get the turtle-shaped ones half size, I guess we're like the first people ever to ask for that. We had to bug them. It took several years of lobbying, and we had to commit to a pretty sizable order, I think, before they're like, okay, yeah, we'll do it. So
you guys should just call up the boys at Rocky Mountain, because that's all they use there.
Yeah, well, now we're just going to use PCSL ones, but that's a whole other story. But have you encountered any of the options yet? I know that is a big thing we've worked into the match over the years is the option targets, and there's actually 2 types of option targets. Have you come across any of those yet?
Yes. So the option paper targets, which in this match is basically anything where the entire D zone is hardcover, it's now an option target for either that gun or slugs. Slugs is 2 per paper now. Which messed up some people's counts and is, just generally more expensive. But a couple of those, all of those, we all shot whichever gun made sense. They were an option, but not really. There was actually an option slug target on stage 6 on a stage where you didn't have a pistol. So, you couldn't... It was a pistol target with the D-zone colored in. So it was an option pistol shotgun slug, but you didn't have a pistol on the stage. So I'm not sure how that was supposed to work. But, so obviously that was just a slug target. And then a handful of option pistol shotgun knockovers, which I think might be new for this year, because I think last year all of the blue pistol knockovers had to be shot with a pistol. And this year they can be shot with a shotgun as well. And those ones have kind of been going either way. So there's been some cases where we shot them with a pistol and some cases where we shot them with a shotgun.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I guess. I didn't have that front of brain as being either new for this year or something we were trying, but that does sound cool. And it's only if they're painted blue?
Well, my understanding is the pistol steel is painted blue, and you can shoot all pistol steel with a shotgun if you want to.
Oh, but if it's white, then it is not eligible for pistol.
Well, if it's white, it's rifle.
Oh, if it's white, it's rifle, and if it's a special kind of urban gray, then it's definitely shotgun.
Correct. Yeah. So shotgun is shotgun, rifle is rifle, pistol is either pistol or shotgun, as far as I can tell. The email that went out last night clarifying a couple things said, what did the bullet point read? It was all blue pistol poppers are pistol only. and can also be shot with shotgun.
That's not what
And
that
I'm like,
means.
I don't think you guys. Yeah, I'm like, I don't think you guys know what the word only means, but that's cool. And and then the other change this year is that you can dump 2 long guns in the same barrel and walk away.
Hell yeah.
So which
God intended.
I am about as God intended, and that opened up a lot of interesting stage plans. Because now you could do stuff like that one stage where you just ripped the shotgun out of the barrel, shot all the shotgun stuff, and put it back away, and then just took off. And that led to some very last-minute stage plan changes. I was actually over walking 1, and I had gotten done walking stage 5, and I had what I thought was a pretty good plan. And I'm like, man, there's a lot of ways you could shoot that stage. So I just texted Varric really quick, and I'm like, hey, man, are you shooting can't remember what it is now. Are you shooting a rifle, pistol, shotgun on stage 5? And he's like, I was, but I learned a new thing, and now we're shooting rifle, shotgun, pistol. And I'm like, all right, I'll be right there. So went over and got the spray down on the new stage plan, and it was like a comfortably 20% better stage plan.
Oh wow.
So I'm like, all right, we're gonna like a pretty big difference. Like you could eliminate I bet like 20 steps. Like go into a whole third box like a second time. So
Oof.
yeah, it was like if you didn't shoot it that
do
way,
that.
you're just getting wrecked. Yeah, for
if
sure.
you didn't shoot it that way,
Yep.
you're just here for the party.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there were nuances within that stage plan of like order and aggression and some subtle things like that, but I think all the high-end dudes pretty much shot it that way. But yeah. And man, without dropping names, because we should protect the innocent. Lots and lots and lots of gun problems.
What?
Shocker. Some
I am kind
pretty
of
aggressive shotgun problems.
That's some pretty high end equipment.
That is some pretty high end equipment, but yeah, several very aggressive shotgun problems. A rifle mag that if it didn't get thrown in the trash, it should. A couple of pretty high end shooters flushed a lot of points really early in the match from gun problems. So
okay, you can't just tease us with that. You got to give us a little bit.
All right. Well, so for one of them, dude shooting the 40 out of his rifle. I'm not gonna drop names, you guys. I'm not that much of a dick. Dude shooting 40 out of his rifle. And bang, click, rack, bang, click, rack, bang, click, rack.
But he's like
take it out, put it back in, rack it, bang, click, rack. He's like halfway through it.
Okay.
And then just did a mag change to the 30. Bang, 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 bang. Finish the stage. And we're like, you need to throw that away right now. Yeah, just like something definitely failed in that magazine because as soon as he did a mag change, thing ran like a sewing machine, and I was like, yikes. And then Brian's thing with his choke, I've done pretty good. I had one failure to eject, so a quick little stovepipe and just like racked it out. That was my only thing so far. Hopefully it stays that way.
Are shells in coolers?
If you got a cooler, you should put your shells in them, but I don't have a cooler. so I'm putting my shelf in front of the most of the stage tables have fans on them, which is pretty nice. Yeah, they're running like extension cords to generators to run fans and shit. Like
really?
It's hot, man. It's so disgustingly hot.
Where the hell did they get all those fans from? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I think someone made a Home Depot run and just went to town. But yeah, so I'm just like, I'm all the gears in the back of the, like I handed my shotgun to the RO on the last stage and he grabbed me and just went, holy shit, that thing's hot. I'm like, yeah, I know. I haven't even shot it yet. Like I have a little poor me boo-boo blister on the top of my thumb right there for where my index finger sits against the safety release on the Dissident. Just like burned it. Nothing happened where I like, cut it on something. I just placed my finger against bare metal on my gun and it blistered and peeled off like during the stage. And I was like, well, shit, that's not fun. So yeah, it's hot out there, boys and girls. It's definitely shells and coolers time for sure, if that's an option. at the very least, for God's sakes, don't let those things get in the sun. Keep them in the shade. My car is just parked with all 4 windows down and the trunk open.
Remember last week on the IDPA episode when I was talking about how hot it was, and you're like, okay, but how hot is it? Can you give me an alibi here? How hot is it? It's pretty hot.
It's pretty hot.
It ain't no 109 degrees, but it's taxing on the physique. It
ain't no 109, but it's high 90s with a metric shit ton of humidity. And humidity does matter. And when it's like, now don't get me wrong, when someone's like, oh, it's 109 there, but it's a dry heat, I'm like, eat a bag of dicks. 109 is still 109. Okay, no. Of course, if it was humid, that would be worse, but like,
you don't know you're dehydrated. That's the only problem.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Like, have you ever seen Indiana Jones where he drinks from the wrong chalice in his whole like that's what 109 does to you, okay? You chose poorly. So, yeah, for all those people who are like, it's a dry heat, like, no. But I will say that high 90s with very high % humidity is very close to a shitty. I don't know what percentage, but it's getting there. Humidity does matter.
Oof.
Mm-hmm. But now I'm chilling in John Morgan's trailer, and it's all air conditioned, and it's very nice. So yeah, we're doing good. Yep.
And you got a shower too, right? Did you get a garden hose shower, or what did you do there?
No, real shower.
You guys hooked up?
I'm
to
still
water?
in the. I mean, I hope he is, because I'm about to take a nice lean against the wall and think pretty thoughts shower here. I'm still in the gun cleaning and reorganization dirty part of the afternoon, so we haven't got to the best part of the day yet, but we're gonna get there very soon.
So what are you staring down the barrel of tomorrow? What stages are you teeing off on?
Let me pull it up here really quick because I don't want to make this up. Let's see. So starting on stage 2, which is a beta base stage down in zone 1 that looks pretty interesting. Kind of psyched on that one. It's got some hard offhand rifle shooting. Not nearly the quantity of hard offhand rifle shooting as last year, but a decent amount. And then we're shooting stage 1, which is the long range stage, which honestly doesn't look very inspiring to me. It's 6 long range targets after some. At least what?
At least the sun should be risen by the time you get there, so you got that going for you.
Yep. So there is that. But it is a slung rifle, so you got to unsling and load, and there's nowhere to absorb that movement. So I'm actually considering shooting the stage with the rifle slung in the front. I haven't decided yet, but I might do it that way. I'm shooting the 1-6 in this match because the I like that the 1-6 doesn't. So the 1-10, I think it's because it has the fixed focal length, because LPVOs are a fixed focal length. They don't have a focal length adjustment. It's fixed at 150 yards, where the 1-6 is fixed at 100. Correct?
That era of 1-6, yes, it's probably, yeah, that checks out. See, he's dancing around a landmine here, folks. He doesn't know it, but he's dancing around it. I think he might. I think he might get away with it. If you're gonna justify using a 1-6, this is how you do it. Continue.
So, anyways, as a result of that, when you shoot the 1-10 very close, you do get a little bit of a fisheye effect that you don't get with the 1-6. I think it's a result of that, but I don't like the 1-10 for close in work, where the 1-6 is like a scope shaped red dot when it's on 1 power. Also has a slightly more forgiving eye box, so you can kind of do some shenanigans. But generally speaking, I've liked the 1-6 more. However, I've been shooting the 1-10 for a couple seasons now, and I will admit that I don't like seeing the reticle when it's on 1 power.
I'm
going to give it to you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I do really like just being like, oh, the reticle just disappears and there's a giant fiery red ball in the middle.
Yeah.
So
where's my reticle?
Yeah.
Zoom. There it is.
Yep, exactly. So I do like that. I actually had to look up. I had to find a photo of the 1-6 reticle diagram to remember if the subtensions were a mil or a half mil. So I held the right stuff tomorrow because it's been so long since I shot it that I was like, are those because they get like big, small, and I was like, are the small ones a half mil? Because that seems like a lot. I feel like they're a mil. I'm like, I should probably look this up so I don't just train wreck this stage as a result. And there are skinny Sammies at like 200 yards, and I'm pretty sure that the 1-6 reticle is pretty much going to cover that target. So, anyways, I will admit I'm kind of missing the 1-10. I don't think I made the wrong choice, but I do really like the 1-10. Oh, and I did forget to change out my batteries, so I shot one of the stages without a glowy red thing in the middle of my crosshair.
Attaboy.
And that was unfortunate. Anyway, so I was shooting 2 and 1, and then we're shooting 3. So 3 is a jungle run, essentially behind those stages. So you kind of like hike down the side of the road for a minute and then pull into the trees. Yep. So pretty good long shotgun jungle
an area we haven't used in several years.
Yep. And then let's see. Then we're shooting 8, which is Beta Bay, 2 small bays like the kind of bay you'd put like a steel challenge stage in. So one of those with I think some pistol and a little bit of rifle, and then shotgun on the other side. No, wait, that's not right. No, one of them's rifle. One of them's all rifle, and then you run around the corner and you can shoot the other side either with shotgun or pistol. But there's 2 optional shotgun or pistol slug paper, which requires 4 slugs, which means standing shotgun reload for all of the open guys. So I'm probably going to shoot that with the pistol, because I think even if I don't shoot the pistol particularly well, I can absorb that time and not have to eat that standing load. And there is a swinger, so we'll see. But I don't know. If Varric steps up and he's like, I'm shooting shotgun, then I'll probably just do that. Basically, I'm just kind of doing whatever Varric does, because why wouldn't I? Or John, whichever one has a plan.
Are you Team Varric or what?
Am I Team Varric or Team John? No, I'm not.
Gonna say,
I'm not
if you're
picking sides here.
Does that mean you're not Team John? I feel like you are.
No, I'm just. Wow. Varric happens to be hanging around more often than John, and he's like, "Hey man, look at this." I'm like, "That's a great idea." So, just saying.
Yeah, it's fine.
And
it's
then
fine. You're Team Varric. It's cool.
And then we're shooting stage 11, which is the all pistol stage. So it's next to the 270 bay, and it looks, I will say, it's not as cool as Timmy's all pistol stage from last year. Of course, a big part of that is because he doesn't have a 270 bay to work with, but a absolute grip of pistol shooting, like high 50s or low 60s in the round count, and looks like a ton of fun. So yeah, tomorrow looks good. And handily, since we either shoot mornings or afternoons, none of these poor bastards out there shooting right now are going to have to come off the range, go home, shower, pack gear, clean stuff, do all the things, go to bed, wake up 4 hours later, and drive back to the range. So that's nice.
What stage are you looking forward to most, or have you shot it already?
I think I've already shot it, because there were 3 stages today that I was pretty excited about. Nice. Stage 5 was super cool. I'm very disappointed that I didn't shoot at 2 things. And then stages 10 and 9 were both really interesting stages. Stage 9 more so than stage 10, but stage 10, for being one of those, like, it was one of those stages where you walk up and you're like, oh, you can step off the thing and kind of go to there and shoot the thing, and then go there and shoot the thing, and then go there and shoot the thing. A bunch of people that I roll with, were kind of hanging out on that stage for quite a while yesterday. I recorded 3 different stage videos for this stage.
What?
Yesterday. And because, like, every 10 minutes, somebody would be like, hey, what about this? And you'd be like, shit, that's better.
Oh.
And then I'd record another one, and then somebody would be like, hey, what about this? I'm like, shit, that's better. I just didn't see them. Like, my brain wasn't firing. And then rolled up today, and then I'm like, hey, Varick, I'm going to do it this way. What do you think? And he's like, yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. And then John Weidell's like, why aren't you guys doing it this way? And we're both like, shit. So, yeah, pretty. So there you go. So one for Team Varick and one for Team John. And, but, yeah, like a bunch of people shot very, very different stage plans. And this wasn't anything super crazy. This was like, I think, 19 rounds of shotgun and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 rounds of pistol in like a little kind of weird zigzaggy bay. Like not a big stage. There was 4 walls in the whole thing. The whole shooting area was 20 yards long. And a bunch of different stage plans out of that really, really interesting stage. So, yeah. And then I mean, of the ones that are left, definitely the 270 bay is the one that I'm the most excited to shoot because there is just a monstrous stage in there with all 3 guns, and that one looks really fun.
Yeah, like shooting the banger stage on the first day, that's kind of like tagging out on the first day of a hunt. Like, yeah, you're going to go out hunting the first day, but you kind of don't want to get one because you're there to hunt, right? That's like some of the stages at the other big matches, you know, it's like the big stage. Like, I don't want to shoot that one on the first day. I kind of want to look forward to that one or like be warmed up before I get there.
Yep. Yep,
Right.
I get you. Yeah, and then there's one more massive jungle run, which, despite having one leg, James Gill's still not going to win. Which, I still don't understand how, but that guy is aggressive. I wish I could shoot shotgun like that. I have figured out that when I get home from this match, I'm going to practice shotgun on the move and really aggressive swingers. Those are the things. Those are the things I need to work on. Because I am not good at either one of those.
For what matches? That's the real question. Like, what banger 3-gun matches are left yet this season?
I don't know. but I have a skill set that I'm not going to cram for next time. Next time I show up to Multigun Nationals, I'm going to be able to shoot shotgun on the move and really aggressive swingers.
Right?
Or maybe I'll get lazy and I won't do that at all. And I'll have the same statement next year. That's also possible.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I can't remember discount codes, but I'll remember that you said that.
I'm sure you will. All
right, folks. Well, that is part 1 of USPSA Multigun Nationals 2026. Riser has already shat the bed on the first stage and is in recovery mode, but he's at least ahead of B. Nelson. We've established that he is better than B. Nelson.
Yep.
And you know what? Let's just set a tiebreaker for fantasy. Where do you think you're going to end up?
Where do you think I'm going to end up?
Yep.
Man, I don't know. I don't know.
Come
it's
on.
It's not going to be good. Do the truffle shuffle.
When Riser says not good, he means anything less than second. So,
no, 0 chance I'm making the box.
I remember the last time you said that and you won the match.
Well, yeah, John and Varick and Joe weren't here, so I don't know. I mean, I haven't been looking at scores, so it's hard to say how bad the damage is, but that was a pretty rough first day. I'm gonna say 7th.
All right, for tiebreaker purposes, I'm taking the over.
Taking the over? All right.
Yep. And with that, folks, you know what to do. Keep your overlays handy, and we'll be back next week for the action-packed conclusion of USPSA Multigun Nationals. Be easy, everyone.